it's very important that you love what you're doing, because that's what gives you the juice. That's what gives you the passion and the drive to be able to go out and do it every day, to be able to wake up and just go after it and go after it and go after it nonstop. And you can work 18 hours and it's nothing to you. Hey, welcome back. It's Rob, and I am here with Chapter 4 of the 21 Success Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires. If you don't have the book, go get yourself a copy. You can get the Audible version through the link down below and sign up for your free trial of Audible. And in Chapter 4, Brian Tracy talks about doing what you love to do, okay? Do what you love to do is the name of the chapter, and this is an important concept to understand because a lot of us, we wind up chasing money through a job that we hate, right? And so we just got in it for the money, right? Because, I can make a lot of money at this job. Sometimes, unfortunately, and hopefully this is nobody watching out there, but sometimes our personal integrity and our scruples get pushed to the side so that we can earn a lot of money, right? There are careers, I wouldn't say there are careers like that necessarily, but there are jobs within careers where you are sort of encouraged to do that. I had one time. It was a horrible experience for me because it wasn't true to my heart and who I am. I'm a person who loves to help people. And what that company was doing was teaching us to lie to potential customers right to their faces and basically take advantage of people. And so I left that job after 9 days. Once I figured out, and my training was 7 days long, and then I figured out, this isn't right. And so I was out the door. So you can't, as far as I'm concerned, you can't do that kind of thing to yourself, because any money that you are going to make in that case, let's just say it's going to be tainted, okay? So you've got to stay true to your heart and stay true to yourself, right? Now, if you're the type of person like me who wants to help people and who genuinely believes that the product that you're selling or the service that you're offering or the business that you work for or whatever it is helps people, you're on the right path. But the biggest thing to do is to make sure that you really love what you're doing. And so this is a process of self-discovery, and that's the action step. I'll give you the action step right off the bat today. The action step today is to figure out, take inventory of yourself, figure out what kinds of things you absolutely love to do, the things that you could talk about for hours without ever stopping, the stuff that if somebody gave you the opportunity to speak live on a stage and told you that you were going to have to speak for 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden, towards the end, they told you to stretch it out because something was going wrong technically and they needed you, and you wound up on the stage for like a half an hour, something that you could talk about in front of people like that comfortably for a half an hour, okay? Because you just have that much passion for it and you just love it so much and there's so much to know, but you know so much about it, right? That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. You thrive by doing work that you love. And self-made millionaires, a lot of them, and this is something that Brian Tracy writes in the book, a lot of them will say that they never worked a day in their life. Of course they're working. Of course, that's how they earn their money, right? But it doesn't feel like work because they're so immersed in it and they're such a part of that world and it means so much to them here, personally, inside, that it doesn't feel like work at all, right? That's the key. That's what you have to do. And so again, this is a process of self-discovery. So sit down and figure out, take an inventory of the things that you love, the jobs that you're good at, right? The tasks that you can do on like autopilot without any kind of need for people to show you anything. You just kind of instinctively can pick it up, right? Those are the things. That's the direction that you need to look in terms of your career. Now, I'm not saying that if you have a job right now that isn't that, you should quit your job tomorrow because I don't like my job. Please don't do that. I've done that before. It doesn't put you in a very good place when you have no way to pay your bills and things, okay? So I don't recommend that method, and that's from personal experience. I have fallen hard, and I do not want anyone out there to do that or to misconstrue what I'm saying or what Brian Tracy is saying in the book. But it's very important that you love what you're doing, because that's what gives you the juice. That's what gives you the passion and the drive to be able to go out and do it every day, to be able to wake up and just go after it and go after it and go after it nonstop. And you can work 18 hours and it's nothing to you, right? So that kind of drive comes from doing what you love to do. Now, one of the questions that Brian Tracy poses, he actually poses two back-to-back questions about this kind of topic, is it's kind of cliche nowadays. I don't know if it was when he wrote the book or not, because again, this is an older book. But if you won $1 million tax-free tomorrow, would you continue to do what you're doing? And would you stay where you're currently at? That's the litmus test. And self-made millionaires, if they won $1 million tomorrow, would continue doing exactly what they're doing. They would do it differently. They would do it better. They would do it in a different place, maybe somewhere else. They would, there may be some changes that they make, but they would continue doing what they're doing because that's what juices them. That's what drives them. And that's what they love to do. So that question's an important one. That's another action step if you want. There's 2 action steps in this chapter, right? You can ask yourself that question. Write it down. Write down your answer to that, okay? Figure out, would I really stay where I am if I won $1 million tax-free tomorrow? And the reason it's such a great question is it really gets down to your motives. Is money really what motivates you? Because if it is, then, some people would say, if I won $1 million, I'd quit everything. Okay, well, your $1 million, it isn't going to last that long, all right? It doesn't last as long as it used to, that's for sure, when he wrote the book. And even then, as he talks about, self-made millionaires would continue doing they just keep right on going, continue doing what they're doing. So it's an important question to ask yourself. So 2 action steps in this chapter, okay? But the one thing I want to close with here is this is something that you have to do through self-discovery. No one else can do this for you, okay? There are quizzes and tests, and there are career guidance counselors who give you, different tests and things to figure out what your aptitudes are. That's all well and good. That's information, okay? Don't take that at face value because some test told you that you should be a veterinarian. Can you stand the sight of blood? All right. If not, then veterinary probably isn't for you, right? So there are things that we gravitate toward and there are things that we don't, but ultimately you're the one who has to figure that out. It is up to you, okay? And that's where that process of self-discovery comes in. No one else can do it for you. You've got to do the work. And it may not be pleasant at first. It may seem like an idea you don't want to do it, right? But I'm telling you, this is one of the most important things that you can do. Because if you can align your career or your business or whatever it is that you do for money, if you can align that with your personal values and with the things that are most important to you, man, the sky's the limit, all right? You have ultimate freedom in your career then, because there's always a way to make money with things like that, all right? Now, again, if you don't have the book, you can purchase it through my link down here below. Please go out and get the book and experience this book for yourself. You can also hop on over to the website. That is yoursoulsource.com, okay? yoursoulsource.com/resources is really where the resources for this book are. And you can sign up for the email list there, and then I will email you my notes for this book. And you can see my list of goals and the things that I love to do and all that kind of stuff. Because, again, I want to share this experience with you and go through it with you so you have a partner to go through this with, right? And speaking of partners, grab somebody else that you know, share this video with them. And put your comments down below of what do you love to do, right? Did you do this process of self-discovery or did you not? And why or why not, all right? Subscribe if you want to find out more about this and all the new videos that come out for the different books and things that we do. Like this video if you got some value out of it. And I will see you next time in Chapter 5.
I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.